Kia ora, and welcome back to the gallery classroom. I'm John, and today's workshop is all about pattern and colour. And look at this, it's a jumbo marker. I've always wanted to work with a jumbo marker. So here we go. I'm going to draw some lines on here. I'm going to go from one side to another, or I might even return to the same side. That's the rule. But you're not allowed to go close to another line. And what I'm going to end up with is a crazy sort of stained glass window design. Now, if I was going to colour this in, here's a new rule. I'm going to colour in every space, but I'm not allowed to put the same colour on a neighbouring shape. A diagonal's okay, but not one that's right across the next line. I wonder what the minimum number of colours I would need is. Well, the answer is 2. If I follow those rules, no matter what design I do, the answer will always be 2. Here's another design, and now I've coloured it in, and this is the pattern that it makes. And as you can see, it's really cool. I left the white, that's just the paper, and just coloured in the red with paint. And then I went round with my Vivid afterwards just to sharpen up the edges. So that's an idea that you could work with. But these ideas you can play around with. See what I've got here. I've got some foam numbers. You get those off those mats. You might have some at school or home. And I use the number 6. And I put it on a bit of paper, and I drew around it, then I put another one on, and I drew around it, and I moved it around. I just made sure none of the lines were touching another number 6. And then I coloured in the pattern. Guess how many colours I needed? You're right, it's only 2. Do you want to see what it looks like? Here it is. I think it looks really cool. The white is the paper, and I use blue paint. I put a bit of white with it. That makes it opaque so you can't see through it. And then I put that felt on the end, and that really sharpened it up. You could do some cool patterns like this. Of course, you don't have to use white paper. You could colour in the white paper with a colour. I wonder what number I use for this one. Can you see a 7 here? And there's another 7 over here. So this is a 7 pattern. Now, of course, you might not have those foam numbers to use, but you can cut any shape out of cardboard and use that as a template. Here I've done some korus, some mouldy korus, and I'm using this as my template. And here's what I came up with. So a whole design using that same shape over and over, being careful not to let the shapes of any 2 koru touch each other. And I only needed 2 colours. Now, here's something else I found in the classroom. It's a silhouette of a horse. This is a plastic one, but I could have drawn a horse and cut it out of cardboard. Here's the silhouette of a bull. I've drawn that on a bit of cardboard, and I used that. So, I wonder what an artwork with animals would look like using the same rules. Well, here's my horse one. I put some stripes behind the horse, and look, I've broken it up, and I love the way it goes, a bit like a zebra going from white to purple, white to purple. And here's the bull. This time I use squares. So there's lots of ideas that you can play around with in your art making. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in another workshop here at the gallery. So, bye for now.